Hola, amigo! So I'm back with the second book of Divergent, Insurgent by Veronica Roth. And the main character stays the same, Beatrice and Tobias. It's really hard to say his name. And I think I forgot to mention this in the first one, but Beatrice changed her name to Tris as she got tattoos, like 3 birds, one, like each one representing her family, one for her mom, one for her dad, and one for her brother. And she changes like totally, like, okay, that was weird. And I gotta say, to be honest, Insurgent kind of disappointed me. Divergent was more like, it had more climaxes, more like climaxes that made sense. Insurgent, it just went like up and down and up and down and up and down. I didn't know which one was the main climax. I gotta say, I was really disappointed with this book. I think something went wrong with Veronica Roth's, I don't know, fun parts, and she just made everything boring, except like a few people died, and there was a lot of violence, and that's practically the only thing that happens in the book. But I want to introduce some new people. There's Jean, who is the head person of the Erudite quarters, and then there's Tori, who was the person who stimulated Beatrice's brain in the initiation and gave her the tattoo. So she's a Dauntless member as well. And they're versing each other because, like I said, in the Divergent one, the Dauntless and the Erudite are versing. So Tori and Jean are versing against each other, and then one of them dies at the end because the other one stabs the other in the stomach. I told you this was PG-13. I told you. And there aren't really much to talk about because Insurgent, it didn't have a lot of stuff in it except like a lot of people dying. And Eric, turns out he's a pure devil. And Tris and Tobias kill him, or hurt him a lot. And all the Divergent were captured by Eric, and he was about to kill one of them as soon as Tris just grabbed it and like, and then he just reached out and lunged at Eric. That's the only fun part of Insurgent. And there is a fun part, now that I remember. Okay, so, who was it? Beatrice. I forget her name. Beatrice goes after the information that she needs for to save the Dauntless people. And she gets caught by the Erudite, and she and Tobias, they both get caught because she went first, and then Tobias went after her. Young love, isn't it so? I'm just kidding. Okay, so they both get caught, and they're up for questioning, and they're put by the Candor, who's the honest, and so the Erudite and the Candor work together to capture them. And I guess like the Candor has like this like truth serum thing where if you inject it, then you tell everything like truthfully. And then there's like the peace serum, makes you calm down. Weird serums. No, I'm starting to think they're injecting too many things in people's body. I hate needles. Okay. Anyways. So they both get up for questioning, and they both answer truthfully, which really surprised me because they were both like so like mysterious and like dark that they never did anything that someone told them to do. So this was very surprising to me. And what happens is that one of her friends like betrays her, and she gets beat up. And in the end, Jean and Tori fight for the hard drive that contains all the good information, and one of them kills the other. And Beatrice, she saw that, and she's like, no! Okay, that's dramatic right there. And Beatrice and Tobias get in like sort of like a little fight, where Tobias is too protective and Beatrice wants to go after. So she's like a true born Dauntless. And so like Beatrice is like, no, I want to go save the world. And then Tobias is like, no, you have to stay here. I don't want you to die. Like, I can't live without you. It was really cheesy. And other than that, the book was really boring, and one of her friends dies. So much dying in this book. And I just want to mention, this has nothing to do with the book, but I just want to mention, you know how in the Hunger Games, like, the first book and the last book are always the most fun in the trilogy, and then the second book is like the worst, like, poopy one. And this is the worst poopy one ever. Like, I didn't read Allegiant yet, but if I read it, I'm sure it's gonna be better than this. Divergent had more like juicy stuff, like a lemon, and Insurgent was dry, like a banana. And I guess Veronica Roth's like fun brain just like popped out of her head and walked away. I guess it came back in Allegiant, because this was not fun, and I'm pretty sure like you won't find it fun either, but read it anyways, because if you read Allegiant, because if you read Divergent and then Allegiant, none of it will make sense. They'll be like, hey, where's the other one? It's like, oh, she died. So you should read this, even though it's not quite as interesting as this one, so that Allegiant will make sense when you read it. So bye.